Have you ever felt lonely and always thinking that you are misplaced or that you can't really do what you want to do and often wished that you would be by yourself? Let me tell you something. There is a big problem when it comes to living by yourself. I'm a 47-year-old guy, right? And you probably have seen some of my other shorts that I made here on YouTube. I'm not making any money with YouTube. I do not have as much followers, although I really appreciate all the subscriptions that I have. But I thought because I'm experienced in that area of being by myself, I thought I'm going to just make this YouTube video and I hope that it's beneficial for you. You see, our minds are filled with some BS, right? We have been pre-programmed and it sounds very, like somebody who's believing in some lizard people, but I really do not mean that. Maybe you can see in the background that I'm actually a Buddhist practitioner for over 25 years now. So I don't believe in lizard people. What I do believe is that we have been programmed. We have been programmed, and programmed is, of course, a modern word that I'm using here. And also, excuse my English, it's not my first language, right? So school programmed us, our parents, as you know, our society, which forget about it, right, has programmed us, and all these thoughts that you are experiencing, that I have been experiencing and still am experiencing, I'm not trying to act like I'm a guru or something here, are always influencing us. And whenever you stop thinking, you are with yourself. And as you know, that's a problem, because being with yourself sucks. Why it sucks is not because you are not happy as everybody and every social media channel is demanding for you. Be happy, oh, enjoy the day and everything. It's because when thoughts are within you, there's no productivity. And then your intellect tells you that you need to be productive. But if you're by yourself, first of all, you do not want to be productive, which is a positive ego. And second of all, productive for who? For your boss? For your society? You have to be good to your community. No, you don't have to. You know what I mean. You are intelligent. You know when I don't mean be an a-hole and run around being a mean person or do not care about your fellow beings. Of course, but you will do that automatically anyway because you are a person of awareness. That's why you're probably watching this video, because it interests you how another person, me, I'm a part of your community. This is a goddamn planet. We are all one community. Another person who's not rich, who is not sitting here in a $200,000 studio and telling you how to be happy, has experience living by himself. And I tell you, living by yourself is very, very lonely. It is not lonely like, oh, there is nobody else. Yes, I mean, if you live like I literally live in the middle of nowhere now, then you will be very lonely because you are used to being with so-called friends and some other human beings that you learned to love. Understand my words. Learned to love. And now you're all over a sudden by yourself. And you feel lonely. And yeah, it's a part of it. You feel lonely for a while, and then all these pre-programmed thoughts and emotions, and you will catch yourself crying a lot without no reason, You will see my other short videos in which I try to explain short parts of this being alone. But you will understand how to exist, not to, your life. When I say life, I mean something that is pre-programmed and preset for you, for me, for us to fit in a little cube, okay? And again, I'm not a conspiracy terrorist. I'm not trying to push some conspiracies here. It's the truth. You know that it's the truth. I know it is just the way it is. This is the life that we are born in, but there is an existence that I have tried to discover, and this existence means that you are not productive at all. You're productive for the little world that you have created around you. Now, if you have always dreamed about getting out of this job, getting out of this relationship, just getting out, let me tell you one thing. There is a lot of, again, BS on the market. People trying to sell you stuff, and but there is truth to everything, right? Depends on who's telling you the truth. It is very possible, and it's human nature. It's actually the nature of the universe that nothing has to stay as it is. Nothing can. You can't. Nobody can. So if you're unhappy in this setup, please also pay attention to the words that we are using, right? Set up. Then you can move. If you're from the States watching me, you can move, to a different, oh, I don't have money. You can move to Canada. There's vast places in Canada. I studied in the US, maybe you can hear it from my accent. There's beautiful places in the States in which you can move. You can have an online job and you can just leave the city that you're living in. Because yes, it is very possible that you will be successful with your existence or even a job. Making money is really cool. Nobody says you don't make money, right? But you could have an online job, a remote job, and live somewhere else. Get a freaking, what is this thing? I'm not getting any money from, of course I'm not, from with 162 beautiful subscribers. You can have a Starlink connection, just I have, and then have a nice remote job and live in that way. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you're from Australia, you can move somewhere else. You can move. English has been spoken in all over the world. Yes, of course, I'm not stupid, and you are also very, very intelligent. But if you have children and you have a wife and everything, it's very hard to do these things. But there is a time that you are used to right now. When I say time, I mean there is also, when time is there to measure speed. So when I say time, I also mean speed. There is a speed to you in which you can change these things. Yes, they might take a year or 2 or 6 months, depending on what you do and how complicated your setup is. But you can change it, because I did, and you don't need a lot of money with that. You can rent your house, you can sell your car, you can sell your house. I'm not a financial advisor, of course I'm not. But you can do all these things. And I'm not saying that you will be happy. I just said the problem with living yourself is that there is a lot of things that you understand about yourself and that you have to overcome. Look, for example, me, I'm a person who is, I have to move constantly. And by the way, I'm happily married. But I decided to live here by myself, alone, well, with the 2 chihuahuas. But I have the nature of moving around all the time. Yes, I'm 47. I do face some midlife crisis and etc. And also everything needs to change inside of me, so I'm calming down a little bit more, right? But it is, even if it's not in my nature, F it. If it's not in your nature, F it. If you like to move around, then freaking move around. If that's what you like, then do it. If it's not harming anyone, including you, then do it. You see, why you should do it is so you can get out of this pre-set up life to experience the existence. Existence it's is the same for all living beings, for the trees, for the birds, for everything. I'm really not trying to. But I'm on Insight Timer. That's a meditation app. I'm new there. I have no idea, but I have started giving talks. I have never done that. I was a businessman all my life, but my passion is existence. My passion is being wild and being go out and do shit that I have never done before. That's my passion. And I start giving talks, and you see there are almost 100 people listening to me, and people do donations, $2, $3. It's nothing, but it makes me so happy. It, these $2 that these beautiful people that are donating to me makes me more happy than I tell you I was making $50 to $100,000 a month. Yeah, net. You don't believe me? It doesn't matter. But that $2 is the world. I'm not jumping around and being happy or something, but it just touches my heart. And that's what I want for my life. And that's what I wish for your life too. Look, this is a small YouTube channel. There is no reason to listen to a guy like me, but I'm just a schlub. And I'm not saying that I did something really great in my life, but the things that I did, I would like to share with you. So I wish you the best. I'm gonna go. It's almost 12 minutes. That's already probably too much for this video. But I'm gonna do another video with regards to this and get deeper if you like that. If you like this video, I mean. See you soon. All the best.